or anything, but
The
this is a
bias
team to look
casting.
out for.
No, there definitely are teams here that we see the ranks. We do a little bit of the research, and there's definitely some teams here that have some star players, and so it's gonna be interesting to see this team who does have some star players perform.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I'm definitely curious to see how this fight is going to go down. We do see Wolf with the crack using this bow, and I'm curious if these teams are going to take advantage of the crack.
And these are two of our, best teams here fighting out. It could be an unfortunate path if, one of these guys gets taken out a little bit earlier than maybe expected just because they ran into the wrong team at the wrong time. Losing them on potential KP and also on potential placements. And this is a choke point, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes through.
This is a very, very tough spot to fight in, because if you get third-partied here, you are going to be in a pickle. That is for sure. There are a lot of different entrance points into this tunnel, and you're kind of put in a pinch, especially if a team is in front of you and behind you. You're going to have a really hard time getting out of this area.
Yeah, and honestly, Anti, just based on a positioning standard, seems like they might have a more unfortunate spot to be able to disengage here. It looks like Catgirl Cafe has a little bit of better positioning, but we'll see how this fight turns out.
So Good Boys does get the knock on Carol plays. They are traded. It is a 1v2 right now, and Headsy with the clutch finishing up Vivad. But we do see Texas Tech trying to take control of this building. They do get a knock and clear out whoever was inside that location, and now they're playing as aggressive as possible.
Yeah, it looks like they're pushing up on Good Boys here with, quite a few nades thrown, right? Those grenades can be such an insane tactical advantage if you really get to throw them out. They're so good at just negating areas and making people run from their spots.
I have no idea how Headsy managed to make it out of that alive. He was about 50 HP, thermites, arc stars, nades, all in front of him. But, he somehow slithered his way out of that building. And yes, they did get put in a bad spot now, but at least they're alive. I think that's the best way to look at it. They do have that advantage that they do have two people up. And I'm curious to see, can Pubsky and Headsy pull it off? There's only two teams left, so we'll see what happens.
I was going to say, with two other teams left, I think two people can definitely third party, and it looks like there's only two squads left here. It's going to be a team of two versus Chaotic and his squad.
I'm curious to see. So we do see Headsy take a lot of damage right there, and I'm curious how aggressive is this team of three going to play. And it looks like they're playing super aggressive. Shield
cracked immediately.
Yeah, Headsy with the 103 spray onto the Valkyrie. Pubsky taking so much damage. We have Gibby ults going down, Arc Stars. Teams having to back up. And it looks like, this other team is relentless right now. They know they have the man advantage. Pubsky going down to 70 HP. And Texas Tech Red is not pulling off the gas. They want this dub. They know they can win this fight. So I'm curious to see what happens. They've got
the numbers advantage. They've got the healing advantage, especially in a 2v3. People can just put pressure on the teams, and one of them goes down here. Oh my god, it looks like it's all up to Headsy for the last fight.
Does Headsy 1v3 these? Does Headsy 1v3?
Does he 1v3?
And it does not look like he does, and Texas Tech Red is the champions.
Congratulations.
That was a big game from them. Congratulations to Texas Tech Red for winning the first game of the Black Legends tournament, and we do see a little BM shooting the boxes at the end. And I'm curious, is Good Boys going to take that to heart? Are they not going to let that slide next time?
Yeah, is there going to be beef now? So good here because it also not only puts them in a high ground, a good position, but also makes sure that there's nobody too close to them. Woo! And a quick break of
rotation to height. Oh,
that's the God spot, baby. That's
brain.
The God spot.
Yeah, that is big brain to say the least. He's just getting free damage on them. We see the crack on the Ash. The team is looking to support from the low ground while he just sits there and griefs with the charge rifle. And looks like we're spectating the team running away, and they're getting hit by two charge rifles at the same time. When you're not letting up, and your hitbox is that big, yeah, you are in such a bad spot there.
And this charge rifle is insane.
And it looks like Amaze does get the full kill on a Trace Owl, so that's 1 KP on the board for them. And this charge rifle is dangerous. It's the grief gun. Look at that.
Oh my god, and so for people who might not be very, experienced in Apex here, all of this damage is also going to these shields. They're also being able to level up their shields and get to a higher tier, right? And with this much damage on the charge rifle, you're just racking up damage. Oh my god, and he gets him out of the air. Insane. Wow, absolutely iconic.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I'm glad we got to witness that because that was just such an entertaining fight to watch. And we do see Texas Tech Black looking to just kind of push up on this team and take this high ground. They do need some KP. They are looking to bubble forward, and it looks like they're full committing on this fight.
And I'm wondering if this is going to pay off, if this might screw them, Texas Tech Black here, still being able to charge up the shield, but not full health on all players, but it looks like this is going to be pretty easy for them to get that first kill.
They do get the first knock on an Officer Booth, and I wonder if his two teammates are going to try and back up, or if they're going to try and 2v3. And it does look like...
Oh my god, and
oh my gosh, Pokey Nap. Yeah, great tracking from him. That flatline... hip fire is insane. The accuracy on it is crazy on E-Girl Cafe. And look how that turned out. They got 3 KP off of it, and they advanced further up in placement. And then we do see a little bit of BM. Maybe they're a little bit angry about the BM at the end of last game.
I would hate to be this team with the Loba here. They're getting absolutely sandwiched. The charge rifle just putting in work as they get pushed from another side. I wonder how Anti's going to be able to capitalize on all this KP and make sure that they don't get stolen here. But it seems like they're doing a great job.
We need to get the charge rifle out of Best Pupper's hands because he is just insane. An absolute menace with it. 5 kills, almost 1,900 damage with 5 squads, and he gets a crack on a full gold. This man cannot be stopped with this charge rifle. He is playing in great positions, and it's competitive. It's anybody's game. There's a prize on the line, so he is using anything he can to his advantage. And we do see a team.
Man, and he is just a demon with this. God.
Yeah, that his charge rifle gameplay, he is griefing teams, he is getting knocks, he is getting full kills, he is just not letting any team have fun. And that's just the name of the game at the end of the day.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I will say, we talked about the importance of shields here. Antimatter looking very, very strong coming into this last 5 squads remaining. Every single player with red armor. It's going to give them such a competitive advantage here, especially if the other teams don't have this same level of gear at their disposal.
And we see all these teams trying to use this free Loba ult sitting in the open, but it looks like Best Pupper is just taking advantage of these teams that are desperate for, heals or ammo or maybe a different gun, and he is in the prime position to stop teams from using that Loba ult.
Yeah, and talk about a god spot, right? So, their entire team has such a good vantage point on the entirety of the zone. This is insane. The teams cannot even catch a break. It's just hellfire.
Yeah, we got Arbake saying Best Pupper 4K damage. Who knows? He's at 2,500 right now, which is insane considering that there is still 4 teams alive. He's just sitting up there farming. And like we said at the beginning, we could see Anti having that, 3-man red armor, and they do, which is just kind of insane going into endgame because as we've seen, a lot of teams only have maybe 1 or 2 reds, but their whole team has triple red, and they have height, they have god spot, and it's looking pretty good for them right now.
And it's going to be so interesting to see how these teams play out because obviously as the higher placements come, the point difference is so much more vast. So second place has a way better curve to third place than a 11th to 12th. So every single squad here is going to matter. So are teams going to rat? Are they going to play safe? Are they going to try to get this extra KP? This is the duality of man, and we'll see how they perform. Anti obviously playing so aggressive. They know what they want, and that's the W.
Yeah, I mean, we see they're holding that height. They have control of the one building in circle. And these other teams are just kind of scrambling, running around, looking for places to hide, looking for places that they can take advantage of. And, it's just kind of like shooting fish in a barrel for Antimatter right now. They're just taking advantage of these teams being stuck in the open and them holding this high ground.
No, I will say though, Best Pupper in A, he's got quite low ammo on both of his weapons now, especially on the alternator. I think only 70 reserve. If these fights go too long, they might be in a bad spot, but they've been playing really good. If they can hit all those shots, it might not matter, but it's going to be curious to see what goes down.
I would say the downfall about having the charge rifle is when the circle gets smaller and they're going to be forced to, push in. He's going to be in a tough spot in those close range fights. So I'm curious how he's going to use that, or if he's just going to use his alternator only and use that close range SMG for these, later fights.
Yeah, but their positional advantage right here is so good, right? They can just kind of crouch, just get cover immediately, and these other teams can't really contest. Best Pupper NA almost with 3k damage already. Absolutely insane as 3 squads converge for the final zone.
And it does look like, as we had said before, they're holding this high ground so hard they can just shoot down on the rest of these teams below them. I think you called them little pawns or something like that. And they're just getting, free shots on these. And it looks like one team did elect to climb up on them. And how Antimatter is going to respond to this.
Yeah, again, all red shields though. But Pubsky and the good boys are definitely going to be playing oh my god, a nice crack.
The 2 pump on Carol plays. Let's see how Pubsky, can he get this?
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god,
Pubsky on the knock on
great kills.
They're going to play, and they're forcing the Valk to drop off of that high ground that they possessed for so long, and it looks like Good Boys just kind of ran them out of their spot. That was an ego chow and a half, and I think Good Boys wants to win this one after what had happened last game.
No, they did what they had to do, and they played it. They played incredibly aggressive. 2 squads left. Is it going to be Good Boys or the other team?
So it looks like Los Phasmos versus Good Boys, and Good Boys does get the first knock onto Headsy and the full kill, and Pubsky goes down. It is a 3v1 right now. They're gonna.
Will Lyle will be able to pull this
off,
out,
and Los Phasmos with the win.
Let's go! Oh god, I feel so bad for Good Boys here. They did what had to happen. They did what they had to do to be able to secure that high ground, but at the cost of being able to be third-partied.
And you might burn through all your ammo and heals in 1 minute or 2.
It definitely can be very, very stressful, especially in those final zones. And it looks like Team Solo Squads also was taken out during those during that kind of fighting. And wow, we got the duel of titans here. Good Boys, Texas Tech Red. It's going to be very, very interesting. Good Boys already getting themselves into another encounter.
Yeah, it looks like, they're just playing fully aggressive. Pubsky does have the turbocharger devotion, and he is not going to hold back. It's such a powerful gun. They're all trapped there in that room, and I'm curious, is he just going to let it rip? And yes, he is.
Oh my god, yes, he is. Let that chopper sting.
Taking out Cheezer, and he.
Oh my god.
Good Boys with that, revenge. They're on a revenge tour right now. They took out Los Phasmos, who had wiped them out in the previous game for first place, and they're in it to win it right now.
No, very much so. And they've got so much KP on the board right now. They really just need to see if they can secure that high upper placement. But oh my god, Good Boys looking unstoppable.
A first place win plus all the KP that they're racking up right now could put them in a really good spot in first place and not allow
oh my god, this tracking!
And Pubsky with the turbocharger devotion taking out 2 members of Olympus with the absolute Beamerson on him, and he is not letting anybody get by him.
Hey, shout out Olympus though. The team previously getting taken out first every single time is finally in it and catching a way higher placement spot.
Yeah, no, real big shout out to Olympus. I saw someone in the chat say, hey, Olympus isn't the first team out, let's go. So, big props to them. It's a comeback, They definitely figured out what they needed to change, and they made it to the top 10. And let's see how Good Guys and the rest of these 2 other teams decide to play this final zone.
God, and this is where we're seeing that black market really pay off for Pubsky, right? He's already melted through so much of his ammo. And even with that black market, he might not have enough for this end game. So they're going to have to be picking up kills very soon and be able to loot these boxes as soon as possible.
So it does look like Good Boys is electing to third party. They know that uh, I think it was Texas Tech Red had taken them
Oh
out.
my
And
God!
Good Boys with the win.
And a crazy KP game as well. Oh my God. And the BM on the box, the teabag the sprays. The Good Boys not so good anymore. But man, that gameplay sure was.
So we do see him being a little bit more conservative with these Kraber bullets. It looks like he only has 6 reserve. So this could be very important once teams start to rotate in. They're going to want to hold them out, maybe show presence with the Kraber and just be like, hey, don't come anywhere near us or you're going to get headshotted. And things like that. Showing presence is really important in these type of circles because you don't want a team to just, pull up on you and accidentally grief your game without even realizing it.
Yeah, and the amount of space that you can put between yourself and another team is so important. Oh my God, lovely.
And Lapsy
down right
with the
there
knock onto
Pupper.
Best Pupper, who is currently the kill leader. Let's see, do they fight this or do they just stay back and keep playing slow?
And honestly, I don't know which will be more wise, right? Because showing kind of the dominance of the Kraber and making sure that people don't want to push up on you is very important for securing these placement spots. But the KP is tempting as always. So I wonder what direction they're going to take this in.
It looks like they do not elect to push up on it too hard. It looks like Ante is getting the full reset. Pupper will be full HP, but then Amaze gets beamed, but they do trade off, and it looks like Best Pupper is pulling up with that RE45, taking a lot of damage. Goes down by Cheeser. It is a 2v1 right now, and it looks like Los Phasmos is going absolutely insane right now. They're trying to make sure that Ante does not win this match.
Yeah, and it looks like they're doing a pretty good job at that, especially with the oh, is that going to be it? And that seems to be it. 4 squads left.
It is an absolute gun range right now. Players going all over the place, bullets flying, and it looks like SPG is going to try and get that reset and revive proficiency after, that hectic 20 seconds what just happened.
Yeah, and we got this Kraber, but now that it's getting a little bit closer in range, oh my God. Are they going to push this Gibby bubble, or are they going to kind of let it play out a little bit?
I don't know. It looks like they don't elect to push it because, mind you, there is still one more team alive. They can pull it behind them pretty hard. So we're going to see what happens. How hard do they decide to commit? Because they can't take too much damage or they could be in a really bad spot.
Yeah, it looks like there's 3 squads left. Proficiency taking out Cheeser. Looks like a Los Phasmos definitely giving in a really tricky spot here. That Kraber looking mad threatening.
So right now we got a nice little 3v2 going on in this corner. Los Phasmos loses 1 player. Lapsy overcommits, gets shot down to 40 HP. Illegal movement, pulling up crazy, gets out, he gets knocked. That person kept with the knock.
Oh, will they get 3? Will they get third partied here? There's only 2 of them up proficiency, and Lapsy's looking pretty low on health, but has full shields. It's gonna be a close one. Are they going to try to continue this momentum, or are they gonna get stopped in their tracks?
Let's see, does Lapsy get this final kill? And
oh my
Lapsy gets
God,
the final kill and ends it with the Kraber.
Oh my
Shout
God,
out SPG.
so dominant. You could have seen that Pubsky went down. They could have full sent that fight, try to confirm it, but I think they also did not want to get out to the first place because then it would pretty much secure their victory. There's a little bit of a give and take there.
It seems like all these teams are about to converge onto train station. There's a circle right in the open, and I wouldn't have, this is going to be absolutely insane. We see Los Phasmos holding the top of the train station. Antimatter pulling up aggressively, getting absolutely beamed. Deuceman with the knock on no movement. Amaze with the knock on Zuni. Bodies are flying.
Oh my God, bodies are flying. This is probably the most squads that we've seen in the final zone. Oh my God, what a way to end it off than just with a final giant battle here. It's going to be like squads are going to be dropping here left and right. Oh my God, Antimatter, Amaze goes down. Carl goes down. Best Pupper clutch.
Oh no!
Oh my God, Best Pupper clutching it out. Will he be able to get both reses off before the third party happens?
I don't know, but if Antimatter clutches up and win this game with the KP they have, they could take first place. So we'll see what happens, but it's just a shooting frenzy currently. People are forced to rotate into each other. No one is safe.
Nobody is safe. Not nearly in this final zone. 4 squads left. Looks like Los Plasmas is already down a player. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to res here. Oh my god, this is definitely a little tense.
It is nice that Los Phasmo does have their Gibby alive still, because especially in this open circle, it is going to be very important to have that, Gibby shield. And I think they gave the gold helmet to the Ashe in order to, build up that ultimate as quickly as possible.
Antimatter taking shots here. They definitely look like they could be in contention for this first place here, and at least in this game, if not the entire bracket. Very strong performance right now. Red, purple, purple.
So it looks like, big damage onto Los Phasmos. They do use the Ashe portal to get to a safer spot, but, there's nothing they could do there. They were put in a really terrible position, and I'm pretty sure it looks like Antimatter, it's a 3v3v1. So I'm curious to see, is the rat going to, who's the rat going to grief?
Oh my god, 2 squads left. This is the final battle of our entire tournament. Who is going to win, Antimatter or Young Palito and crew? They're pushing up very hard here.
Best pumper with a whole bunch of damage.
Woo! The Gibby fight. Oh my god, this could be it right here. Taking a bunch of damage, and that is it! Antimatter is the champion of our final match!
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's all I have to say to that. Wow. I don't know how they survived. They were down so bad in the bottom of that train station. But, Best Pupper with the hammer point P20, clutching up, getting the knocks on Lyle Wolf and on Hedzi in the 2v1. And I don't know, that was absolutely insane.